audio's already on.
Hello and welcome into my new latest broadcast live from Phoenix, Arizona. The time here today, it's about 3 o'clock, 3:30 actually in the afternoon, and it looks like it wants to rain. We'll see how we are going to do for lights. Joining me, my nephew, his name is Merrick. It's kind of like America. You take the A's off of the ends, the beginning and the end, and you end up with this kid right here. And I would say hello to everybody joining us in the chat. We've got about 162 people watching. Let me check camera 2. Is camera 2? Camera 2 looks, doesn't that look darker now than it looked before?
It does.
What happened?
I don't know.
Did you change something?
I didn't touch it.
All right, well, gosh darn it. Hold on, I gotta fix this before we get started. It's awfully dark. And it wasn't that, oh, it's probably because of the clouds.
Maybe.
Yeah. Let me try it. You know what, instead of adjusting it here, let's adjust it here. That looks good, but now we're probably gonna be super bright when we switch. Whoops. Whoops. All right, you know what, let's just try them together. How does that look?
A little bright.
Yeah, bright is good. What does the audience, what do our viewers think? How's it look? Audio is good on camera. Well, the audio should be the same across regardless of the camera. Catherine says hello. Keith
Hi.
W says hello. Troll McTrollington is not a troll. It's like calling a fat guy slim. Mark Adler says hello from the UK. Piggy Plays says it looks good. Gareth, everybody says it looks good. You're the only one who says it's too bright.
Okay. Okay.
So you get outvoted. It's all good. So this is one of the old streaming machines that I had, and I forced you against your will, because I'm that mean, to build it on camera, for those of you that remember. Yeah. And I told him when I was able to replace the streaming editing machine I had, that he could have the old components. That's what's sitting here on the tech bench. He doesn't want this graphics card. He's upgraded his own. He saved his money and he bought a GTX 1050. He slapped in here. Right
1050 Ti.
1050 Ti. And when you brought your computer over, you left something plugged into it. People with a sharp eye can catch that. Let's see if I can move it over here. You've left your wireless Logitech dongle plugged in. You're gonna want that when you get your computer home. Let me spin that around, have you remove that. And go ahead and put it in your parts tray so that we won't forget. Because that's bad times. He lives over 30 miles away, so that would not be good to forget it. So what you've got now is what? A Core i5, 8 gigs of RAM, as an Asus. 6 gigs of RAM, That's good. Okay, it's a Z87 Plus motherboard. And then what we're gonna replace it with is what? What is this?
An i7 4770. 16 gigs of RAM?
Yeah, it's still DDR3. It's XMP though at 12,800 speeds, so it's still an improvement from what you've got, double what you've got now. No.
More than double.
Yeah, because you didn't even have 8, you've got 6. And the motherboard on this is a Z87 gigabyte.
Yeah. So
it's still a couple of years old, but it's respectable and it's going to game just fine for you. And of course, you've got the Hyper 212 cooler on there, so you're not going to have any heat problems. I'll keep the 550 Ti. We'll put your 1050 in, and you're going to do all the work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to show you how anybody can do this. It's actually quite simple. How many times have you taken apart and upgraded a motherboard?
Never.
How many times have you taken apart a computer?
Never.
How many times have you built a computer?
Once. And that's this one.
So we're not dealing with somebody with the most experience. You're not here in the shop helping me on a daily basis, as much as I would like that. So this is really real. It's authentic. This is how easy this stuff really is to do. I'm going to try and be as hands-off as possible. I really want you to follow what makes sense. Because you've built a computer, you have a good understanding of how the parts go in. You've already done it. And try and make this as much of your show as possible, but don't hesitate to ask me any questions if you're uncertain of anything. And I will I'll try and grab camera 2 over here. I'll put it in my hands. We can get some close-ups and stuff. So let's start by having you move around to the front.
All right. Make sure I'm Not blocking anything?
Yeah, someone's mentioning how old the 550 Ti is. They said this from 2012. This was an older graphics card that I already had when I upgraded to this motherboard back when I did, because video cards, I never really liked to spend more than $100 on a graphics card. And nowadays, you really, if you want a graphics card for video editing, you got to drop at least $300 minimum. And I see it like it's like a sticker's coming off of it. Yeah, it's kind of warped. Oh well, it's just a sticker. I'm looking at. Catherine says, "Brilliant, Merrick, you can do it. You can do it." Elman says, "I bet Kerry's going to take over, even though he said he's going to be hands off."
Yeah.
I'm going to try not to.
Okay.
I know that started when we did the build. I sort of jumped in about halfway and I never turned it back over. So, in fact, why don't you give me your side panel, because you're going to be banging that all afternoon. Let's put that away, because I've done this enough times to know. I know what's going to happen now. We'll just stick it back here.
Randy says the case shot's really dark, I think.
Which was?
Right. The picture on the case, the image on the case.
Yeah, well, I'm going to zoom into it here in a minute. The problem is there's a lot of light coming in from around the case. But when we zoom into the case, we won't have that light anymore. Yeah. So we'll get you a close-up in just a moment.
All right, should I start?
Said, don't be afraid. You're not afraid, are you? No. I think you're more afraid of talking in front of a bunch of strangers live on the internet than you are of doing this. So, you know, if you're a viewer, please keep that in mind. It's different when you're in front of the camera instead of behind it. And he's doing a great job. Nikhil says hello from India. I'm going to give just a couple more shots out before we get started. Robert Jones says hello. Jakester says hi. Alexander says hello from Sweden. Gara says that system is going to be more than enough for gaming, and it's a great cooler. I love that cooler. Sharon Idle says hello from the Roasting Hot UK. I guess it's not raining there today. I guess that would just be steam then, wouldn't it? And Patrick Rousseau says hello from Syracuse, New York. Ben Fitzpatrick. Ben just built his own system. If Ben ever makes a video about it, maybe he'll want me to share it with you guys. All the camera equipment is different, and anytime you use different cameras, you're going to have different lighting. And then when you use different angles, you're also going to have different lighting, even with the same camera equipment, which is why there are professional people that do just nothing but lighting. We're not those people.
Yeah.
We're real people in a real kitchen doing a real build that's going to be used for real serious gaming.
Yeah.
Just like you watching. Red Horse wants to know if any mail arrived. I need to know what name it was under. I already did a video on mail that arrived. Maybe you didn't watch it. I don't know if that was you or not. So when people use a real name, like they send me something under their real name,
yeah,
and then they don't use that name in the chat, and then they ask me if I got what they received, I don't know who they are. So tell me your real name, and I can tell you if I got. Also, I've got the low latency, not low latency. I've got the regular delayed live feed going on, so it's about a minute after what I say before you hear it. And you'll be able to rewind up to 4 hours while I'm live. And it's the only way I can offer that option, is with the added delay. Bob. Oh, okay. If your name is Bob Thomas, then I made a video opening your package and everything on video a couple days ago. I don't know why you haven't seen it. It should still be available. And I don't want to go back over it, but I did that already. And thank you. I don't want to sound unappreciative. I just don't want to repeat what I've already done. Keith W says, all we need is some overhead lighting boom with a softbox attachment to diffuse the light.
Yeah, I got that.
I'm sure my wife won't mind me bringing a bunch of equipment in and running some more cables across her kitchen floor and then having to find a place to put it when I'm not filming. But Oh, and I'm sure I'll just go to the vault and get the cash to...
Yeah.
Am I being sarcastic? I have worked in a professional studio. I know how it's done. Thank you. Thanks for the suggestion. Okay, so I don't like where this is going, so let's do this.
All right, should I start then?
Yeah, let's give you the screwdriver.
All right.
And then let me get this camera lined up a little better. Let's move over to camera 2, and then I'm going to go behind camera 2. In fact, well, let's try leaving it on the tripod for right now. Let me come in over here. Let's bring this down a little bit. And then it's still pretty dark in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can bring in a light, but the problem's going to be huge, harsh shadowing that's going to occur if I bring in the light. Yeah, I better. Let me go grab a light. I mean, let's try it. It is awfully dark. And if people can't see, what's the point? Okay.
Maybe a little higher.
That's maximum right there. You know, those shadows are really rough. Let me have you start removing your video card. Let's start with that.
Gonna unplug it. Gonna try to unplug it. Need to hold it? Yeah, I do. And then I'm gonna make sure I'm not too, this one. Make sure, get that out. Put it back here. And I have no clue how to take this out.
So there's a little mechanism.
I know, there's a little latch.
All the way in the back. It's yellow on that motherboard.
Right here, right about there.
Yeah, and you want to push that towards the motherboard.
Pushing the whole thing.
This is a challenge, and especially on some graphics cards where you can't even see the latch. Some cards are so, or motherboards rather, are designed in such a way. Did you remove the screws holding the card in?
I did.
Both of them?
Both of them. Two of them hold them in, maybe this one. Try not to block too much my white hands, my white arms. Ooh. And I'll try this again.
So this is a disadvantage working on cameras. You're trying to show everybody what you're doing. You cannot get a good angle on that. You're going to have to put your right hand or your right thumb on that yellow release lever, and you're going to use your left hand and you're going to wiggle the card and pull on it. Very gently wiggle left and right and pull, while at the same time using your thumb to push in on that yellow latch. You may even need to take it off the Lazy Susan, because it's going to try and spin on you while you're doing it, while you're trying to keep an angle available for the viewers to watch. It's, you know, again, when somebody watches this and says it's not that hard, they're not doing it in front of a camera.
Yeah.
And they're not doing it on a rotating table.
All right, I might have to take this off then.
Yeah, go ahead. You're good there. In fact, that's a
pretty nice shot. It's a little bright.
I'll just move the light.
I'll try to take this out then.
Not up and down, left and right.
Left and right.
Forward and backward. There you go.
Well, I think I got it a little moved.
Well, then keep doing what you were doing. Oh, now be careful. Don't break that tab off the back. See if you can push it in now.
Yeah, came back in.
Yeah, sometimes it'll do that. You may have to wiggle the card just a little bit as you try and push that tab in.
It's really being tough.
Yep. Oh, Austin Davert broke his whole socket off. Pulling a video card out.
Maybe you should do this. I don't know.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, I do.
I think you can do it. It's different when you pay for the parts, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's funny how that changes things.
That's really, I got it like half out.
Oh, it looks like it's already open. No, it isn't.
It clicked back in.
Yeah, I see it now. It can be really difficult now because you've got the card sort of...
Half in.
Yeah. So I've been pushing it in a little bit so there's not so much pressure on that latch.
That's really being... Oh, the hair... Whoa.
There you go.
Keep you out. I'll put this, where should I put this? Just back on the Lazy Susan?
We're going to put the computer back on there, so just go ahead and set your graphics card somewhere where it won't get knocked over. I'd say...
Put it back here, maybe?
No, I'd put it on the counter somewhere different where it's not going to get knocked. And then go ahead and put the PC back on that Lazy Susan, because we're going to move forward here. Lyle says hi. All right. Now, go ahead and just take all the cables plugged into the motherboard. Don't even... Dogs. Just like on TV. Go ahead and unplug every cable from the motherboard.
Okay. Is there, well, I'll start right here.
Yeah, there's no right way or wrong way. Just start.
Okay, I'm not starting with that one.
That's a good plan. Anytime you get frustrated with something, just move to the next one and work your way back.
That's really not coming out. I think you gave me a stiff board. Is there a latch on that one?
No. You will have to wiggle left and right while you pull, and don't do it by the cables or you'll yank the cables right out of the connector.
Got one.
You were way too gentle with that stuff. Way too gentle.
Way too gentle?
Yep.
Well, I don't want to break it.
Well, trust me, you're being too gentle.
Okay.
Wiggle left and right and pull. You're gonna have to put a little bit of muscle into it. There you go.
All right, got that side out.
That one is also wiggle and pull.
Wiggle and pull, up and down, since it's vertical.
Correct. You're gonna have to pull a little harder than that.
I'm flexing the whole board.
Yeah, I'm not worried about you flexing the board. It's screwed in, it's not gonna go anywhere. You're not gonna break that board.
Ooh.
Right. You'll break the connector, but you won't break the board. That one you're gonna squeeze, and you're gonna pull back towards the front of the case.
Trying to get it
Back
good.
towards the front? Is that the way I said it?
Back towards the
It's
front?
back towards you.
Towards me?
Yeah.
Jeez. There's no convenient way to do this on camera.
I'll worry about the camera.
There we go. That one's really being tough.
Yeah, that one you're gonna have to squeeze the latch that holds it in place, wiggle it up and down, and pull on it. You're gonna have to, you see, your other hand is completely not helping you right now.
I'm keeping it on the Lazy Susan. I'm keeping it still.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
You can pull it off the Lazy Susan. It does make, having it on the Lazy Susan makes it great when you need to work, like when you're doing cable management and stuff like that. But when you're taking it apart as you're experiencing, it can start sort of moving in the opposite direction you need it to.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off then.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Somebody in chat says, since they're both Z87 boards, why not change the CPU? And there's not a whole lot to teach if we do that. I've seen people that look at my diagnostic videos and they don't seem to understand I'm trying to teach people. They're like, well, why didn't you just do that first? Well, because then your lesson wouldn't have been very valuable. If you do everything right the first time, all the time, and you don't need to be watching YouTube videos on how to do stuff, you already know how to do it. So that's why we're not just changing a CPU out. We'd be done in a video in 5 minutes. Why even bother filming it?
Yeah. All right, this one I might need your help on.
Those can be tough, I'll tell you, but I have faith in you. I think you give up too easy.
I don't have faith in me.
I know, but the only way you're going to get faith in you is up to you. I can't give it to you. You have to. I don't want to take this over from you like what happened before.
Yeah.
I want to see you sweat a little more.
He's confusing me.
What have I said that's confusing?
Back to the front?
Back to the front. That confused me. After I heard it out loud, I went, wait a minute, what did I say? With that delay on the feed, it's hard to know what reference people are referring to.
Yeah.
So grab the connector at the top, squeeze it.
What, this one?
The clippy part.
Yeah.
Grab the top of it, you know, the part.
The top of it? The point closest to the board or towards me?
Towards you.
Okay, that's what I've been doing.
Mm-hmm. Squeeze it.
Yeah.
And then grab the connector as much as you can, as much of that connector you can put in your hand.
Yeah.
And up and down and pull. And more effort on the pulling than on the up and down movement. I'm just saying that's how you safely. So if you put a lot of effort in pushing up and down, you can break the socket. But you sometimes it's not going to just pull straight out. You have to get some leverage by going up and down with it. And I just want you to struggle a little bit more to determine if you really need my help or if you're just quitting too soon. And I can't make that judgment without seeing you struggle a little bit more.
I'm struggling.
Yeah, but a little struggle. So if there's no struggle at all, then it's too easy. There's got to be a little struggle.
Try to get better grip.
In fact, I would say that the word, if that just came out, it wasn't really plugged in correctly to begin with. So it should be a little bit difficult, and they can be tight. Let me just reach in here now.
Oh.
Did I appear to do that as gingerly as you did?
Oh no. You really handled that one. There's one more.
Yeah, that's your CPU power right there.
And that one is coming out. It's a little tight because of how you did the cable.
Well, the cable management, yeah. But the good news is you won't have to re-cable management. It's already going to be where you need it when we put the new board in.
Oh, it's so close. Come on. Oh, it's 2. I didn't even realize it's 2 or 4 or how many it is.
Well, it's 4 or it's 8. So 2 would be 8. 2 4-pin connectors would be 8. So do you have 2 4-pins or 1 4-pin?
I don't know. I can't see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the lighting's not too good in there either.
Yeah.
Because the angle of the case.
Jeez.
Yeah, it looks like it's 8. There's 2 4-pins on there.
Do I need to do it one at a time?
I said that's the knuckle buster cable. It's usually harder to do one at a time, but you can do whatever way works for you, man. He said this should take about 20 minutes. That's what he told me. You know what you said? 20 minutes?
Yeah, I said 20 minutes.
What do you think?
Half an hour in?
You think it's 20 minutes still? I guess that's a no.
Can I get a different angle on this?
Yeah, do whatever you need to do.
Real hard when you can't see it.
Don't worry about the camera. I want you to focus on what you're doing. You keep looking back at what the camera's filming, and you really need to focus on what you're doing. You see? Stop looking at it.
I can't see what I'm doing wrong here. It's just not. Oh, I got one out. It's on its way.
Callard in the chat room says that one cable should take 20 minutes. Chunkier Fish has contributed $21.
Oh,
Give
wow.
that lad $20 for me for having the ambition to learn despite constant criticism in the chat. And $1 is added for the YouTube chart. YouTube actually is going to take
a lot more than
$6 of, no, I'm sorry, not 6. YouTube is going to take, what's 30% of 21?
Oh boy. 7?
$7.
Yeah.
$7? If you make your contribution through the donate page or the donate button on TechVets or the link in the video description, I actually get the money faster with only 3% instead of 30% taken out by PayPal. And I don't have to wait 60 days to get it. PayPal gives it to me immediately. And I can refund it, which I cannot do through Super Chat. But if you want a shout out, because I can't give you a shout out with PayPal because I don't get the emails while I'm live. But you can put the computer back up on the Lazy Susan while I'm faffing about.
This. Yeah. All right, now what? I got all
your cables disconnected?
Besides the cooler, which I don't think I need to undo.
No? What about the rear case fan? Did you unplug that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Well, now you can grab the screwdriver and start taking the motherboard out. I suggest starting with the screws at the bottom. Normally, I would lay the case flat. Yeah. But nobody will see anything if we do that. So we don't want the motherboard to fall out. So take the top screws out last. Start at the bottom and work your way up towards the top. And when we get to that last screw, we're going to need to hold the board so it doesn't fall out. All right. 30% is $6.30. It is? How can it be $6? Oh, yeah, because 30 times 3, right? That would be the extra $1. There it is. I was just thinking 7 goes into 21 3 times, so that would be 33%. Math is hard. It is hard. Yeah. Where is it at? But thank you for the contribution. It's one out. Gotta find these screws. Wonder what my other camera angle looks like. Ooh, that's messy. Where's this one at? So how many screws are there? Depends on the motherboard, but there can be as many as 3 across the bottom, 3 across the middle, and 3 across the top. Some boards have 2 across the top, 2 across the middle, and 2 across the bottom. Some have 3 on the bottom, 2 in the middle, and 2 on the top. It really depends on the board. So you just got to use your eyeballs. But know they'll be in a straight line. Basically, you're gonna, when they go across the board, they're gonna go across the center, they go across the top, they go across the bottom. That looks just like a, not a rivet, but the other word. What's that? That one isn't a screw, but it's still a hole with something in it. Oh, there's a, there's a standoff that will hold the board in position. On some cases, usually the nicer cases will have that, and it's just a post that it keeps the board aligned while you're securing it. How many are along the top? I'm thinking 2, so this must be pretty loose because I already took out one on the top. Maybe the standoff will hold it in? I wouldn't count on it. Make sure you've got all the screws out across the middle and across the bottom before you work on the top. Well, there's only one across the middle. I got the... Well, I'm talking about screws, not the post. I'm not worried about a post. Yeah, there's one screw. So, like I said, take out all the screws from the bottom and the middle before you take out any from the top. I already got them. So there's only one left and it's at the top? Yeah. I misunderstood you. I thought you were saying there was one left in the middle. Okay. Communication problems aside, this is where you want to be careful because, like I said, normally you want to work with the case laying flat. Like if you're at home watching this, let gravity be your friend. It's not much to watch if we do it that way. So we're going to do it the hard way and do it while it's upright. All right. And I want you to grab the heatsink while unscrewing. You don't have to do it while you're in. I want you to catch it if it falls. Yeah. But I don't want you to pull on it or anything until that other screw comes out. And I want you to put the screwdriver and the screw down, and then I want you to grab with 2 hands. One hand on the heatsink, and the other hand kind of pulling the back of the board out and away from the case. Should be really, really simple. Okay. Yeah. You can make sure that doesn't fall. Yep. I'm going to try to get that.
out.
Oh, I think I just missed a contribution. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, 34 CAD.
Here's my conversion rate and YouTube's cut so you can get your 20. That's hilarious. Tell Merrick that the only way he can break anything in there is if he goes out of his way to break it. All right, did you hear that?
Yeah.
And between his 20 and the other 20, you just made 40 bucks.
Oh. All right, that's out.
All right, let's take a look at what you're doing here. Now, use the hand you've got on top of the case.
Yeah.
Take it off the case. Put it inside. Yeah. Grab the edge of the board, closest to you, not the bottom, that edge, and pull it towards you. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there's a cable.
That's all right. Just twist keep bending the board towards you, the back of the board.
Ooh.
Pull.
I don't like this cable. It's getting caught.
There you go. You don't have to use two hands anymore. The way you're holding it, just by the heatsink, if you can see that on camera, let go with the other hand. That's the proper way to handle the board without worrying about any electrostatic discharge. This is why you don't have to wear an anti-static strap. When you handle the parts correctly, it's something you don't have to worry about.
It's getting a little heavy. So where do I put this?
Go ahead and just set it on the counter. Set it. I don't want you to scratch my counter, so just set it gently on the counter. Ooh. There you go. Now, you see this I/O shield back? Turn us around. You see that? You know how I get that out?
You push it. Yeah.
So Troll McTrolling, thank you for your contribution. Well, Merrick certainly thanks you. You're going to buy dinner tonight. It's like, the heck I am. All right. Now, we've got this other system here. So let's grab this and pull this back a little bit. Pull it back here. And then let's slide this here instead of moving the cameras. And go ahead and take that pull the power on the graphics card and remove the graphics card. There's a couple of little thumb screws you're gonna have to take out. This is the high-speed PC Tech Bench. They sell for about 90 bucks, worth every penny. I've got a video where I'll be giving away, actually high-speed PC is giving away one of these tech benches for every 5,000 views that video gets, and that video is not performing well. So we are a little more than halfway to 5,000, and
is there a clip on this?
There will always be a clip.
Always.
Always.
Where is it? Can I touch the PCB, or because I don't know how.
Well, that board doesn't have a back plate on it, so if you on occasion touch the computer case, you'll relieve yourself of any electrostatic buildup. But it's not a card that really has any value. I'm not worried about you breaking it.
I'm worried about the board.
Right.
It is out.
Well, right now you're pulling the back of the board, back of the video card out, not the front.
Okay.
Anytime you don't pull it out evenly, you're going to struggle. Nothing is holding that board down, just so you know. The motherboard is just sitting on there. So it is a little bit of a challenge, but I'm making you earn it today.
Come on.
There you go. You're doing it right. You're doing it right.
It's almost out.
Yeah. I think you might be hooked on the thumb screw there.
Yeah. Put this with everything else.
Perfect. Perfect.
Now what? Unplug?
Yeah, go ahead and pull the SATA cable off of there and pull the two power cables off.
Are these the power? Or, I thought you were talking about
those are the power
buttons.
switches. You can go ahead and pull all the cables have to come off regardless. I forgot to mention that. There you go.
All right.
And then pull the fan power off there.
Is this? No.
Yep.
Is this?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then you got just the two power cables left. You can put your hand on top of that heatsink and use it as leverage. We should really turn this around so people can see what you're doing. Go ahead and flip the test bench around.
Yeah. You just make sure I don't do anything terrible. Okay. come on. I mean, these power cables.
They could be a real bugger. What you're doing though is you're pulling straight up on it. You have to kind of wiggle that forward and, well, not forward and backward, but towards me, towards you, kind of a left and right sort of, while you're squeezing the connector and pulling up on it at the same time. So it's a wiggle and pull, wiggle and pull.
Gotta make sure I get that.
Oh, you're coming up on my side.
I am?
But not on your side, yep.
Glass is falling off.
Carrie, the USB dongle is still plugged in. Thank you, Nick. We'll take care of that in a moment. We just haven't gotten that far yet.
All right, you gotta do it again.
So you're gonna grab the connector. I'm gonna have to stand where you are. I can't reach that far with my monkey arms aren't that long. I'm not left-handed, so
I'm
it's
not
a little.
left-handed.
I would normally do this a little bit differently, but it's not just you. That is in there very, very tight. It didn't occur to me that when we flipped it to face the camera, it would require a different primary hand. When you get a connector that's stuck like that, you can get a straight edge screwdriver like this. And I want to show you. Come over here and watch what I'm doing. You see the little gap where the two connectors meet?
Yeah.
So if I squeeze this and gently put the screwdriver and gently, I can see little marks where I've had to do this before. And you just want to do each side just a little bit. And once it sort of becomes unseated, it'll just slide right out.
Nick says glad to see it wasn't my fault.
Oh no, it's never.
Yeah, me too.
No. It is difficult on some boards. See if you can finish that off for me now. It should be a lot easier.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that one was tight. You do want to be gentle with that. It's a very important connector, and it's not going to be a warranty issue. And then you got one more connector here.
Didn't even see that. Ooh. All right, there we go.
Now, can you lift the motherboard straight up and out? Straight up.
There we go.
Okay, and then just go ahead and set it here on the counter. And then go ahead and pull that USB dongle out too. That must go, oh here, no, hand it to me because I'm not sure which keyboard and mouse that goes to now. I'm confused. Oh, yeah, I know which one that goes to. That goes to the Slim Touch. Okay, we're 50% of the way done, and that was the easy part. Taking stuff apart. Taking stuff apart is always easier than putting it back together. I'm really, really good at taking stuff apart. You know what? I don't like that camera angle. Let's go back to main. There we go. Now, I think it would be inhumane for me to try and have you put the motherboard in while the case is upright, and I'm not feeling that sadistic today. I do it for my audience, and I think a lot of them don't appreciate just how difficult that is. And I doubt any of them that follow along with me would do it with the case upright.
Yeah.
But you can put the I/O shield in. Do you know how to tell up and down?
It's the audio ports, right?
Yeah, the audio ports we're gonna face
down.
Down. So go ahead and pop that in there. We can do that. And let's move this back up so it doesn't fall off.
Then I can hit that. And it's through the back, right? Through the...
Yes.
Fan cable in the way.
How old is Merrick?
I am 14. About to turn 15 next month.
You're not going to go from 14 to 16? I guess that was a no.
No, I don't like this. I think I'm doing it backwards. No, I'm not.
You're going to have me teach you to drive?
Yeah, I am. And you know what? Can you come over here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tell me what I'm doing wrong.
You want to. So here's the way I do it. I will take this panel, and I'll push the bottom in.
Oh.
Right, and then you still have to hold the bottom in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually resting my elbow. I need you to pay attention. Stop looking at what they're looking at. And then what'll happen when you go to pop the top in is oftentimes the bottom will pop out. So it's got to go. It's got to go like that, and then I take my finger and I feel that nothing's kind of bent in like this.
Yeah.
That it's all sort of poking out evenly. Now, Motherboard's going to hold it in position anyway, but if it's off a little bit, anytime I'm back there, my OCD is going to drive me crazy. So I always like to make sure it's flush.
Yeah.
And then you see this fan connector? Mm-hmm. We can actually kind of drape that over here for right now and get it out of our way.
All right.
And then let's take the case, let's put it on the floor, and I'll move the camera so that you can install the motherboard the way you should do it if you weren't trying to make a video.
Okay.
Right? So I'm going to just pick this up and I'm going to put it right here.
And I'll get right out of your way.
And then I'm going to come around and move the video camera and the lighting. I am running into all kinds of space problems. The lighting is still not good. Let's bring the lighting down a little bit. Oh, that's a lot better. Now do me a favor, you get over there and bring that case forward towards me.
Bring it forward?
Yeah, towards me just a little bit. Oh, that's it. That's perfect. Perfect.
Should I rotate it, or?
No, that's exactly the position it should be in. That's the way I like it when I install motherboards. That's generally there's no right or wrong way. It's really a preference. But I would go just the way you've got it, and grab the motherboard. Yeah, grab the new board. Well, new to you. Don't put your finger in there. Grab it this way. Don't.
This way?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You can use two hands. You have two hands.
Yeah. I just don't know where to put the second hand.
On an edge. Any edge. Anything that's plastic. So you can, for example, you could hold it like this. See?
Good.
There you go. There you go. Okay.
Knees.
Now you're going to put the motherboard in on an angle. So you're going to
like
tip
this?
No.
Like that? Like
Nope.
that?
Yep. Tilt it forward.
Get the cables out.
Yeah, you need to make sure all your. So the downside is that your cable management was already done, and now they're in your way. This requires about 3 hands, but just go forward. Don't hesitate. Move forward. Bring it down. Tilt it forward. Exactly.
Make sure.
You want to line those ports up with the holes in the I/O shield. That should be the only thing you're looking at right now.
Tag. And then come down. Whoop. Oh, I'm caught on another cable.
I/O ports to the I/O shield. That should be your focus right now. Line that up.
Is that lined up?
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm. Look at the ports on the I/O panel. Look at your big video card port.
Yep.
And look at the hole. You've got to come down, and you've got to point that board down. Point the front of it. There you go. And push it forward towards that I/O shield with the holes.
Well, I'm caught on another cable.
Keep going. You got to keep going.
It's below the board.
Then you'll have to pull the board back out.
It's right there. Come on. And this is, you're right, 3 hands. can line this up. Is that somewhat lined up?
Really?
I don't know where to go from here.
I do think you're giving up far too soon, in my personal opinion. Ooh. I'd like to see you be a little more tenacious. You know it goes in there, you know it came out of there, you know it can go back in. So ask yourself what you need to do. That's okay, yeah, you can set it down and yeah, that's fine. It's not a race. But I really am trying not to do so much for you.
Getting closer?
Yes. You're much better. We're over to one. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
And I gotta push it probably.
Uh-huh. And that little post should go through the hole on the board and hold it for you.
Yeah, there we go. I'm in.
Now you understand why that little post is there?
Oh.
I like that look.
That heat sink already got me.
Oh, yes. Now you're indoctrinated as a real technician. Everybody asks me what tools they should buy if they're going to be a tech. And I always say a box of Band-Aids and a screwdriver.
There we go.
I don't give people the finger. That's just rude.
No, it's my index. It's all right.
It's still a finger. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let me switch cameras again. Actually, no. I'm not going to switch cameras. You're going to grab your motherboard screws, and we're going to secure this board now so we can put the case back. Oh. Totally worth it, dude. It's totally worth it.
Did I cut myself? No, the board cut me.
I can't wait to get a call from your mother. You hurt my baby boy. You know that's what your mother's going to say to me, right?
Yeah.
I'll say, that's all right. I gave him some alcohol. No, I didn't. Oh. I don't even want to joke about that.
Okay, gotta find where these screws go, again.
Don't tighten them all the way down. Just get them started, and that way you can kind of wiggle the board. You might need to sort of, wiggle the board a bit for the holes to line up. That's why you don't want to tighten.
For the I/O or for the...
No, the I/O won't move now, but for the screws,
okay.
Sometimes you'll need to move the board a little bit to line up the holes for the screws. And if you tighten the screws down, you'll only have to go back and loosen them up to do that. So get them all started and then tighten them. For that reason.
That one not aligned? Move around and check. Gotta shuffle over here.
Somebody emailed me a question and I don't know the answer to it.
Oh,
so while you're working, I'm gonna pose a question to my audience and because I don't need to do a play-by-play. We know what you're doing. It says, Carrie, I have a question for you about, I have a USB medic alert bracelet.
I can't do that.
And the problem is the hospitals and doctors' offices I go to won't use it because they're afraid it'll crash their systems. Well, that's understandable. My husband is educated in computers and says the hospitals and doctors' offices are full of crap. Well, doctors and hospitals aren't computer techs and they're afraid of viruses. I mean, their precaution is reasonable. So the question is, what can I do to get them to use my USB bracelet? You won't be able to do anything to get them to use your USB bracelet. If they don't recognize it as a valid medical device, if there's nothing in there that from the industry, you are not going to override their industry because that's what you want. You would contact the manufacturer of the USB medical bracelet and let them know the difficulties you're having with your doctor or hospitals and ask them, ask the company, what good is this device if the hospitals won't use it if you guys haven't done your job? And in an emergency, you will not be in the situation to have this conversation when you're unconscious. So my advice would be, it's good that you have it for anybody that wants to utilize it. But if they won't utilize it, you'll have to provide them an alternate way of getting that information. You might need the extension because that heatsink is so big for just those 2 screws on the top. But if you got small hands, if you can get in there, otherwise I'll get you an extension.
Just go get the last one in.
But if anybody in the chat knows more about this, certainly speak up and I'll repeat that back. Oh, I don't want to see your gushing wound. That's disgusting. Get a Band-Aid on that thing.
All right. All right, there we go. They're all all
started?
Yeah.
Okay, now I want you to turn the screws until they stop turning and just a little tiny bit more after that.
Okay.
You know, I don't want you to over tighten them. All they're going to do is hold the board in place, but that's really important when you're putting in and out a graphics card, right? You can go it a little bit tighter.
A little tighter than that?
Just a little bit. Let me watch it. Yeah, that's perfect.
Let me get that one in there. Oh. Where? Oh, I brought it back out.
So you didn't have your so you didn't start that one after all.
That one, yeah.
But as long as the hole lines up, you're fine. If if the reason it didn't go in is because it's not aligned with the standoff beneath, then you'll have to unscrew all those screws you just tightened.
There we go.
Catherine and Anna Hauserman in the chat says, get a second non-USB bracelet in addition to the USB one. Check them all one more time.
Come on. Where are you at?
They're suggesting we get you an RGB Band-Aid.
Oh, yeah.
It's a flesh wound. Right, I'll have your leg.
Your whole arm's off.
No, it isn't.
All right, that one's tight.
Okay, the 8-pin power connector.
For the, what, this?
No, that's the 24 pins.
The CPU thing? Mm-hmm. Okay.
That'll be easier for you to do now with the system laying on the floor.
I might have to turn this then?
If you do, it's going to make your life harder. Oh, you mean just rotate it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. I thought you meant... Yeah, we'll get better light that way anyway.
Where is it at?
Top left corner.
Right here? Ooh.
Will my system still work after I remove the CPU and put it back in? I don't know. There's one way to find out. I don't even know if it works now. If it doesn't work now when you take your CPU out and put it back in, what makes you think, don't do that?
Well, I just gotta make sure it don't bleed everywhere. Do it on the inside.
It's, gosh, it's fine. 14-year-olds.
Okay. Where are you at?
You said it would take 20 minutes or an hour.
Oh, big deal.
So, I mean, I don't want to be one of those I told you so's, but I told you so. But it's not a race. Is that an M.2 slot I see? Does that board have an M.2 slot? No. I don't think it does. That's before the days, I thought.
It's a 4700, right? It's
4770, right? Yeah, I don't think M.2 existed back then. That's a real bugger to get that little 8-pin connector on, isn't it?
Yeah, especially with the dog.
Jimmy wants some loving.
Yeah, look at my wound.
He's going to make you feel better.
No.
He says, there, I can do this for you. Just give me a cookie. Aw, he loves you because you smell like chicken. Kevin Lavis has contributed £5. He says, my mechanical hard drive got a caution warning on crystal disk. How long do you think it'll last? There's no way to know. I mean, as long as you back your data up. Oh, look at, now they both want some. It's still a half an hour from their dinner time. I think their clock's a little all right, let me go back to that. Sorry, the dogs are just too funny. Would you give up?
No, I'm just trying to get out of the splash.
Come on, boys. You got to leave him alone. That's a good boy. I know, he's a good boy. Lyle, you're early. You got a half an hour before dinner. So, yeah.
I feel like I twist my arm.
Literally.
Yeah.
You got the connector facing the right way?
Maybe not. No, I don't.
That would probably make your life a little bit easier.
No, don't eat those.
He won't eat those. He's just smelling.
Oh, come on. You're just not going that way. Oh, you know what? Can I just start with something else? Can I start with something else?
Well, the whole point of doing that now is that we're going to move that case back up on the counter. And if you think it's difficult now, wait till it's upright. So here, I'll grab it for you. It is difficult to do. It's not easy, but nothing easy is worth doing. Hi, boy. You want to do this for me? You want to get in there? You want to get in there, you big old fuzzy monster? Oh, look at this face. Look at it. You have the face of a Jimmy dog. Oh, yeah. Okay. Do you mind? Can I get a little elbow room? I'm going to discharge any potential buildup from the dogs simply by touching the case before I get my fingers back in here. And basically, because this cable is, it's coming out of this is an EVGA 430 watt. Holy smokes, it's powering your 1050 just fine with the 430 watts?
Yeah.
Okay.
1050 Ti.
You always have to say the Ti part, don't you?
Yeah.
Because that makes a big difference.
Oh, it does. Like $50 difference.
Sometimes all you got to do is just change your attitude, Just don't be frustrated. Just know it's playing. It's just playing. And you can just play right back. You say, okay, I see what you want to do there. I get it. I can work with that. But if you start getting angry and frustrated, that's when it's time to maybe step away, watch a little TV. It'll wait. It's a very patient, very, very patient process, I'm
happy to see that you're struggling with it.
Well, the one connector, the one closest to me, hey, get your head out of there. Listen, boy, you need to go find something to do. Isn't there a pigeon? I think I see a pigeon. Go get him. Go earn your job. No, I don't, no. You can't hold your liquor. Go. Go. Go on. Thank you. A little free dog hair for you. This is not advisable to be working around the dogs like this. This is a downside of working on the floor. The dogs have never done this to me before, so. See, I can get that one in no problem. It's the other one that I'm struggling with. There it is.
You got it?
No, well, kinda. Now, somebody who was smart would simply pull the top of the heatsink off.
Yeah, I saw a comment.
But I can't be bothered. I've done this so many times. There you go. It's done.
Oh, it's done?
All done.
All right, are we gonna put it back on the?
If you want to put that big 24-pin connector on, you could do that now.
Going the right way. Yeah.
Boy, these guys are just, for some reason, they think it's their dinner time. I don't know why they're so convinced.
Should I hear a click once it's in there?
Usually, but you feel that little latch and see if it feels like it's on an angle or not. Because when it's latched, it'll be straight. You can grab the whole wiring harness, grab the wires, and kind of give it a wiggle and a pull.
Oh, not in.
Yep. Usually that'll happen like when you go back home, that it'll bounce in the car, and then you'll get your, hey, come on, boy. But you don't want a hand on the parts and a hand on the dog at the same time. Go ahead and put it back up on the table because the dogs are getting in the way now. And I don't think they're going to stop anytime soon, as long as we keep that down there.
Move, dog.
Go ahead and set it up right.
Yep.
And yeah, keep it off the Lazy Susan because you don't want it to turn on you. I'm gonna check this real quick. Oh wow, that's not even close. Why is it moving in and out so much?
Right.
There we go. Just takes a little muscle. You guys kind of muscle it in. And then let's move this light over here. And let's move this camera back over here. And let's try that. Wow, that's a little dusty looking. Why does that look so dark?
Bring the camera more towards me.
Well, you need to get in there though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And I need an angle so we can see what you're doing. So go ahead and start plugging things in there.
All right. That doesn't have a thing. This might be a problem because maybe the layout's a little different on the board.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit different. So if the cable management was too tight, then we'll have to take the other side off. So we'll just forget that one and move on to the next one.
Is this down here? That one right there?
Nope.
No. This is the USB, right?
Mm-hmm.
That must go right about. That's right away. Come on.
Nice to know your house is as dusty as my house.
That's good enough. Oh, okay. Okay, where would these ones go? These?
What do you call those?
I have no clue.
You really don't know what those are?
I really don't.
So look on the back of your drives. Look at the back of your optical drive. Look at the back of your hard drive. Look at the, well, you can't. Look at the back of your solid state drive.
Are they SATA power?
What does it look like?
Okay. Not SATA power, the other one.
What is it?
SATA.
What is it used for? So you know this is
Transfer.
the power cable, right?
Yeah.
So what does this do?
Powers it.
Yeah, so what does this do?
Transfers data.
There you go. There you go. They're data cables. SATA data.
So where do these go? Because I don't see.
Well, right down here are all your connectors, and you're going to want to plug in. You see how it says 1 and 0, and see down here in real fine print?
Yeah.
So your main drive, main drive would be drive 0, right? So that would plug in to drive 0 right there. But if you plug that one in first, it's going to be hard to get everything underneath of it. So move to the next one, which is, that's going to be your mechanical drive, right?
Right.
So that's going to be drive, we'll call that drive 1. And that can go right there. And then your optical drive should be this one here. And we're going to have to cut the wire tie for that to reach, and it'll go right down there. So we'll have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the way it's labeled. It actually doesn't matter what order you plug them in if you want to go into the BIOS and manually adjust everything by hand. But if you plug them in the right order, you know, your boot drive would be the lowest number.
Yeah.
Then you won't have to go into the BIOS and make that change, unless you already changed it previously. If you leave it the hell alone, it'll be fine. So we're going to get some wire cutters. We're going to cut that one. So don't worry about that for now. And
what is up next?
These are your front port umbilicals. They're going to need to be extended as well. This is just extra cables. We're not, oh no, this is going to plug into your graphics card. We don't want to put the graphics card in, or we're going to have a difficult time seeing and accessing everything else. So we know that one's going to go there. We know we have to extend this. So go ahead and put the computer back onto the Lazy Susan and take that back panel off.
All right. Let me move that. Make sure I have a good grip. Well, yeah, probably should do that.
Do it from the other side, though. Let people see what you're doing. There you go. Too much dust. Lyle says, you're welcome.
Ooh. I've never taken this off. There we go. All right, now do what do I need to do?
Let's move this back. Oh, I can't get around this way. I've got so much camera equipment and cables, I cannot even walk that way anymore. All right, so let's do this.
Maybe I should go wash my hands.
Okay. I'm gonna just undo some of the cable management here because the connectors are in a slightly different place. In a best case scenario, we would just plug everything right back in, but I did too good of a job. But But I don't want to take off too much. I don't want to undo all the cable management, just the very minimum amount. So that's what? 4 connectors? Or 4 zip ties, I mean. Now we just bought yourselves a lot more cable there. And then that can go down in there. And we'll worry about that later. This is also the audio cable. Got more there. More SATA cable there. Okay, I think you're good now. So we're gonna come over here, and I'm just gonna, I said I wasn't going to, but I'm gonna do it. Oh, this one has to be undone. Where is it? It goes up here. It's really hard for me to see. Here, okay. I'll take that one. You got to be real careful. You don't want to cut through your cable.
Yeah.
Okay. So just to give you an example.
All right.
Because I don't want to be doing this until 6 o'clock tonight. This cable, now it's a lot longer. It just pushes on. It can only go on in one direction. And you just want to look for where the missing pin is. The pin's on the bottom. So you just rotate the connector, and then you're going to wiggle and push until it bottoms out against the board. This is your solid state drive, so I want to hook that one up last. And our optical drive is, I know I just loosened that cable. See how the Lazy Susan's really helping me spin things around here?
Yeah.
That's our optical drive right there. And that's gonna go right down here with the clip facing down. Only goes in one way. Now I can plug the optical drive in. Trying to make it look as pretty as I can make my life easier on cable management. And then you've got the front port umbilicals right here. It's always the same on all modern motherboards with the hard drive LED going in the bottom left corner. The power LED is going to go just above the hard drive LED on those far 2 pins with positive closest to the edge. And then your reset switch goes on the bottom next to the hard drive LED on the next 2 set of pins. And then your power switch goes right above that. And that's it. But you got to push them on all the way or they just fall off. Like so. And then this we can push back through for our cable management later. And, oh, I don't like the looks of that. I'm gonna run this under. Like so, and we'll push this slack out. And that's all of your cabling. That's it. That's all there is. So now you can put your graphics card back in. Make sure that connector's in the open. The way you can check it is close it, then open it again.
All right.
That's how you know it's open.
You just line it up. Is there like a specific angle I need to put it in at?
No, okay. Just straight as possible.
Come on.
This is another thing you would want to do, ideally. Now look at where the, okay, stop. Look at the, I want you to look at these.
Yeah.
You are jamming this into the side of the motherboard. You don't, stop looking at the screen, please. Look at this.
Yeah, I see that.
That has to go at the edge of the board. It has to go between the board and the case. That's where your focus needs to be, while aligning this with that slot.
Yeah.
So go ahead. I just want you to be aware of that. I don't want you jamming down on that card, poking that motherboard with those. That's much, much better. Much better. And then just push. There you go. See?
Yeah.
Easy peasy. And just go ahead and secure that with the thumb screws. Who makes your graphics card?
What?
Who makes that GTX 1080 Ti?
It's the Gigabyte.
Oh, it's Gigabyte?
Yeah.
Someone in the chat room was guessing that. They guessed correctly.
I'd love to get this lined up here. Okay. It's a GTX 1050 Ti 4 gig.
What do you play with that graphics card?
I play lots of Rocket League. A little bit of, okay, you know what? Cut that.
Good job.
Ark Survival Evolved. I play a little bit of that. And I'm going to start with this one. If I can get it in.
You can rotate the case towards you if it makes your life easier.
Yeah. Doing it at the angle on the Lazy Susan does not help. Okay, it's not going in.
You give up way too easy,
Yeah.
Sam. Way too easy. You are so easily discouraged, it discourages me. Where's the fight in you?
Left it at home.
Ah. What graphics card did this have when I gave you the system?
We didn't have one. It was
So
the
probably
integrated
430
graphics.
watts power supply was adequate without a graphics card.
Yeah.
So when you changed the graphics card, did you think about upgrading that power supply? Or?
I did, but I figured.
Well, you haven't had any problems with it though, right? It's been
No, I have not.
rock solid, no
Yeah.
random blue screens or anything? Mm-mm. Okay. Well, no sense fixing something that ain't broke.
Okay. I need to take this off here.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Okay.
You're just
then I don't.
putting. You're just putting. All you're doing is securing that card. It's
I know.
already
It's
installed.
the hardest thing in the world.
It's one of the easiest things about building a computer.
Oh, I think I got it. No, I don't.
Look it. Just look it. This is so frustrating sometimes. Fast forward half an hour later. See how easy that was? Well, normally here's what I do, because I'm an idiot. I'm doing what you're doing. Did I just seriously put the screw inside? Hold on.
I didn't do that.
No, it's. Look it. Are you watching me? Don't worry about them. Just you and me. I want
I
you to
wasn't
see.
doing that. I was doing the bottom one.
See what I'm doing?
Yeah.
You think you can get the other one?
Maybe.
I know you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
That's not in the hole.
Why are you unscrewing it?
I don't know the right way.
Righties,
Yeah.
tighties, lefties, loosies. On every screw you'll ever use in your life. Unless you're dealing with propane.
There we go.
Not quite.
Now you have to plug it in with these, with this.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah.
the right one? Okay.
There you go. What do you think? Got anything left over? Any extra screws? Just for the case, the panels, right?
Yeah.
That's it? 4 thumb screws are left? How many thumb screws you got?
I got 5.
So what's missing?
Are you seeing something I'm not? Oh wait, no, I got. It's your other thumb screw for your test bench.
Those are plastic.
Yeah, and I
They don't even look the same.
I can't. These are far-sighted glasses.
Can you hand me those so we don't forget them? The little plastic ones? Can we put those back where they belong?
Take that.
This is your dongle?
That's. Oh, I thought that was yours.
This is why you always want to leave that stuff at home. Don't take that stuff to a computer shop. You may not get it back. So what I'm going to do now, I want you to grab that old motherboard for me. And just go ahead and set it with the I/O shield facing.
Okay, I'm going to have to put this down.
Mm-hmm. And, there you go. You can step over here where I am. Give you a better. Put the mounting. It's going to line up with this hole in this corner.
Yeah.
Right through that plastic standoff.
Am I close?
I don't know. Are you? You got a better angle of it than I do.
Do you? Do I?
Why are you sticking the board so far out? The board's going to sit on this wood.
There we go.
Yeah. Are there any other plastic mounts it'll fit through, or is that it?
There's that one.
That's it. Perfect. Do me a favor, let's grab that video card. Let's go ahead and slap it back in as well. Actually, I guess I can take these. I was putting these in so I didn't lose them. Story of my life.
That's open.
Mm-hmm.
Is that lined up? I don't have a good angle.
Nope. Yep. Straight down. Straight down. Straight down. There you go. Very good. And then these are just going to go right back in here. Like so. So what did you think? 20 minutes?
Just about.
Just about 20 minutes?
Yeah. What's that, an hour 31?
Are we an hour and a half? That's not too bad. I said about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Didn't I say 2 hours? And we're not done yet.
We're not?
No, we got to. How do we know if it works?
Gotta plug it in.
Right? So, here's what we're going to do. Rather than bringing a monitor out here, we're going to let everybody watching be our monitor. So we're going to take a direct feed of your video card right into the capture card. That's going to be our monitor. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the power. I'm sorry, not the power. I'm going to pull the HDMI cable out of the second camera. Go ahead and plug that. Oh wait, that's a miniature. That's not going to work. Oh wait a minute, do I have an adapter? Oh, I do. Look at me. Oh, Mr. Me6, look at me. There you go. And let's get this out of this. We don't need that. Just move them aside. We need a power cable. We need a keyboard and a mouse. I'll tell you what, you can use my keyboard and mouse from the streaming computer, so we'll just throw another dongle in there. You know yours from mine, right? Yours says Logitech and mine doesn't. And that's going to be that keyboard and that mouse. This we'll just put on the edge of the table where it can precariously be knocked over and shatter, because I like a little danger in my life. I'm going to turn this light off and take it out of the shot because it's really annoying me. And let's see, we need the power cable. So I have lots and lots of power cables. I don't want to steal the one from the streaming computer. Can't believe you made 40 bucks today just for showing your mug on the camera.
Yeah.
I have to pay people 40 bucks to look at my mug on the camera.
Where's your outlet?
Right on the side of the island. I'm flipping the power switch off. Did you see what I did?
Yeah.
You know why I did that?
Just now? Or why?
Do you know why?
Yeah, I turned it off. So, you know, just in case.
Just in case something's shorted out. So flip the switch back on in the power supply. And let's make sure no sparks come out. Keep your finger on that switch in case you have to flip it off. You're fine. If smoke came out, you'd be not happy. Rear fan is not hooked up. So go ahead and hook up that rear case fan.
That's what I forgot because you tucked it up here.
Yep. Out of sight, out of mind, but didn't get in your way, did it?
It's actually plugged in. Wait, no, that's CPU fan. Where is this one then? Oh, it's back here. There it is. All right, where does this go? I gotta take that off.
It's dark in there, isn't it?
Is it just labeled fan?
It'll usually say like sys fan or something fan, S fan.
SYS_fan.
Usually they're white. There'll be usually 4 pins, and your fan only has 3, so you've got to line it up with the right 3 that matches the track on the connector.
It's not long enough.
Really?
It's just like a millimeter.
Okay.
Or 3.
I'm a little aggressive with my cable management.
One stepped on the dog.
Yeah, I think he's getting used to that. I can't see anything in here. Oh, it's a black connector on this board. It's not white. And the groove is on the left. Groove's in the left. Bada bing, bada boom.
It's good?
It's good.
All right.
He's good? He's good. He's good. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, I can't control my streamer because you've got my...
I plugged the other one in there, so make sure.
Yeah, but that's not really going to do me any good. Let's take yours out.
So I don't
right there. And let's grab mine and put it back on the streamer. So glad I bought the second keyboard and mouse that I'm not using. All right, let's go to this one. All right, so you can see we're not getting any signal from your machine right now. Go ahead and turn it on. We don't need the keyboard and mouse on it right now. I see the fan is turning. That's a good sign. Look at that. Ooh, that shouldn't have happened. Okay.
It works.
Well, it shouldn't be going into the BIOS. It should have started to boot. But let me go back to this screen so I can see everything. And let's go into your BIOS to see what it wants. Let's make sure it can detect everything, particularly your solid state drive, which here is your boot drive. Boot option 1. Is P0, right? Because that's what we plugged in. We plugged into the 0 connector. And we don't need to boot off these other 2, so we can just disable those to avoid future confusion. That should make life a lot easier. And let's save and exit. Oh, that's a good sign. It's riveting. I'm going to steal your keyboard and mouse again. This is all normal. You can see we didn't do anything to your operating system.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't have to because we didn't go from Intel to AMD or AMD to Intel. And it's going to detect differences in the motherboard hardware. Also, your video card driver is the same driver as what I had, but it doesn't matter because it's your driver, not mine, because we didn't move the solid state drive out of the test bench. So everything is your configuration, your games, your login, your icons, your wallpaper. but it is detecting that in fact the motherboard did change. And in many cases, Windows 10 would require you to repurchase it because the Windows 10 activation is tied to the old motherboard. But I did have Windows 10 installed on the other motherboard and activated. So Windows should recognize, oh yes, I've already activated this board, and activation should occur automatically. We're not plugged into the internet though, so it may not until we give it internet access. Your Ethernet adapter, for example, will be a different one than what was on this other board. And I'm trying to think, maybe the sound card might be different, the number of USB ports, or even the USB controller may be different, I'm not sure. So this will just take a moment. If you wanted to do a fresh install of Windows 10, you could, but it would be unnecessary. I don't think you're going to see any difference in reliability or performance if you just, and I don't know how to explain this any better, but leave it alone.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who go in and say, you know, you can get better gaming performance if you shut down these services or you do these registry tweaks. If you listen to those people, you're going to have problems down the road. So I would suggest let Microsoft, because they've been doing this a long time, they pretty much know how to set up a computer regardless of how it's going to be used. And sometimes, especially with home users, the way they use it changes. And then when you shut off services that you don't need today and you've forgotten you shut those services off, and now suddenly you add a piece of hardware or software that needs those services and it doesn't work, you're going to be frustrated trying to get it fixed. Well, this looks good.
That's my lock screen, so.
Do you have anything, if you log in, that we don't want to see?
No, probably not. There you go.
Look at that. You want to bring something up?
Like what?
I don't know, fire up a game. Oh, wait, we got to plug you into the internet. Oh, you know what? We've been streaming wirelessly this whole time. That's cool. That means my Ethernet cable is available. So here's, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Give it a second to handshake, and let me pull out a different keyboard and mouse so I can control the streamer, make the screen bigger so you can see it. Everybody can see it better than you and I can. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you this keyboard and mouse, and you're going to give me that one.
All right.
This one's for you. There's your dongle right there. And I'm going to take this. And now we can go full screen on this. Oh.
What is that? Why are you still?
Did I take the batteries out?
No, they're in there.
There it is.
Let's
Hold on a second. Let's go to just the computer. That way you can see it's asking. There you go.
What, if I want to connect?
Yeah, just say yeah. And then now it should work. Everything should be good to go. When you plug in a new mouse or a new keyboard, it will generally not work right away until it loads the driver. I think you were a little impatient there.
All right. Should we do PUBG or Rocket League?
I don't know what Rocket League is, so PUBG?
All right.
You're going to be timed anyway, right? You can't play that game forever. Time's out after a while, right? The clock runs out. Your guy dies because you...
Because I'm bad, but yeah.
Well, no, I mean because the clock runs out if you don't, doesn't it?
No.
Doesn't the map get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and then eventually you're dead?
Yeah.
And if you're not in that map area within that time, you're dead.
Yeah.
And if you're in that map area, then you have to kill or be killed.
Yeah.
So it should be a pretty fast game.
I don't know about that. It should be half an hour.
What?
Yeah.
20 minutes. I couldn't refuse. Does it feel the same to you?
I don't know how it feels. I'm playing on a TV. It's 5 feet away.
You won't know till you get it at home, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's not a huge upgrade. What are we waiting for?
We're getting to a match.
I wish they'd have like a big clock or something on the screen that was kind of telling you it was doing something.
That's why you got the loading bar.
Just that little thing in the bottom right corner?
Yeah.
That little tiny thing that's sort of hidden out of the way. They're not trying to draw any attention to it. Mm-hmm. That's a loading bar?
I mean, what else would be?
How about a screen that's dim? And then it gets brighter as it gets ready.
Well, how bright would it get?
To where it is now? How much does this game cost?
I believe $30 on Steam.
But it was free.
That's Fortnite.
Oh, they're the same game.
Oh.
I liked it better when it was called Doom.
I don't have Doom on here.
I liked it better when it was called Castle Wolfenstein. I liked it better when it was called Duke Nukem. I liked it better when it was called Unreal Tournament. I liked it better when it was called
Quake.
Counter-Strike. Oh, I left out Quake. Yeah, you're getting the gist of it now.
I got Quake on here.
Yeah, now you're talking my language.
It's a new one though.
Maybe not my language.
Did you play the Doom reboot?
No.
Here we go.
Hey, that looks like you. So for the old people that are watching, you know, anybody more than 16, tell us what this game is and what you're doing.
So if you ever seen the Hunger Games, it's fine. So you're pit with 100 other or 99 other players.
99 other players right now?
Yeah.
In this game right now?
Yeah.
So that's what we were waiting for, was 99
Yes.
other people to join the game?
Oh, looks like
The game won't start unless there's 100 people in it?
Yep. Oh, actually, there's 90 alive right now.
So the game does start without...
Nothing people left. But it's a game of 100 people, including yourself. Everyone else isn't a bot. They're a real person. You jump out of a plane.
I see that.
You choose where you want to land. You drop in, and you choose what loot you want to get. You get your loot.
How do you decide where you want to land?
You land there.
But I mean, how do you know where to pick? Why was it someplace more optimal to land than other?
No, it's just diversity. How many other people are going to land there too? Right now we're doing...
And you have no way to know where anybody else is going to land, right?
I mean, you can look around, see if other people are going to be landing.
Oh, you don't see other people. Oh, yeah, I see a guy back there.
You drop in.
He probably saw you too.
Yeah.
And the idea is to be the sole survivor. Right? You kill each other until...
Last man standing.
Last man standing. That's a good way to express it.
And right now we're playing 1080p on high.
On a 1050 Ti.
On a 1050 Ti.
It's more than adequate.
Yeah. Especially this is a not optimized game.
Well, they even have a toilet. A gun and a toilet. That's all a man ever wanted.
I could get fraps running, but...
Yeah. It's going to look good and playable, or it's not. All the fraps is going to do is confirm what you already know.
Yeah.
Or give you bragging rights that only...
And you can see in the top right, there's already 75 other people alive.
76.
Well, you're including? You're
you're one of those
number?
people, right?
Okay, so there's 76 people alive.
Currently.
And that dropped from...
So people are fighting for their lives that you can't see right now.
Yeah, in different
Potentially,
parts of the
or they're
map.
running around like you are.
Yep.
You could have somebody behind you, you wouldn't even know it.
Yeah, because I can't hear anything. And I can't turn. There we go.
And you don't have the best keyboard and mouse for this.
But I got a pan.
You got a what?
Got a frying pan.
A frying pan? Well, I guess you never run out of ammo with a frying pan.
Yeah.
Ooh, 74 people.
So these games, if you don't die instantly, take around half an hour. And I already have. Or
Well, we won't play this for the full half an hour, but
have a little bit on it.
We'll have you commit.
Have me die.
We'll have you do some bold move, and if you live, then you live.
Yeah.
But let's take a look around. Let's show people around that haven't seen this before.
So this is the desert map. And
72 alive.
so it's 8 kilometers by 8 kilometers. I don't know what that
What happens
is
if
in
you go
miles.
beyond, or can you? Or do you just hit an invisible wall?
Because
Oh, there's a circle. Okay.
And right now I'm in the safe zone, I think.
Well, the dogs got excited about something outside.
I'm in the safe zone right now.
Meaning,
There's
you can still be killed, right?
I can.
Do
By other
cars
players.
driving down that road? Do you have to look both ways?
Yeah, I do. Make sure no one's...
Red zone has started. What does that mean?
It's a zone on the map, pretty small, that has like bombs dropped down on it.
Oh, I see the plane.
And the plane...
Oh, there's another guy parachuting in right now?
No, that is a supply drop or a care package. And
Oh, that's where you can get ammo and
That
health.
will have better loot than what you will find on the ground. That's a dude riding a bike going...
Get him, get him, get him!
He's a little far and I can't see him.
65 people are alive right now, so we've already lost almost 30 people.
45.
Well, I only saw 90. I don't know that.
Or no, 35.
Wait, we saw 95?
Well, from a full game.
Well, I didn't see 5 of those people, though. Make it to the beginning. They died before the game started. Maybe they didn't open their chute.
Maybe.
Hate it when that happens. Usually only happens once, though. So restricting the play area means that circle is going to get smaller, and you've got to be within that circle.
Yeah.
And where are you? You're the yellow dot?
I am right there.
Okay. What's the other yellow dot?
That is my marker. It's like a waypoint.
Okay.
So I just put it there if I want to go there.
So what does that do for you?
It just shows me where I want to go. Like I have a compass up there.
Oh, it will guide you if you follow
Yeah.
the compass? Gotcha. That makes sense now.
And I think the circle is closing in. There's a different red zone right there.
But you wouldn't be in that red zone because you'd be out of the white circle.
Yeah.
You'd be dead anyway.
Well, no, not yet. Everywhere's a safe zone. It's just the circle will start to come in, and what's that timer? 1 minute?
Oh, and you might be too far away to make it in time?
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So in a minute 10? In 10 seconds, a blue gas will start to surround, and it will stop at this white, and then there will be a new circle, a smaller circle. We can't seem to find anyone, but get to look at the dirt.
Someone else just died. Well, they're probably in like a more like buildings and stuff,
Yeah.
rather than just being
More
out in the open.
residential kind of place.
62 people.
You can also, if I can find it, find the button for it. You can go in first person.
Okay.
So it's a third and first person game.
And I don't think I can't see the chat room right now because otherwise your screen will be too small for you to be able to play. But I don't think we're getting any audio from this, which is fine. So they can hear us talk without, without that audio levels.
Yeah.
It's like a deer blind up there.
So above the map, you can see like a red kind of warning, and that means the circle is coming in from the corners, and it will soon surround this white circle.
What'll happen if you climb up on that platform?
I climb on it.
I'm saying, can you just hang out there and just start picking at people, or
Yeah.
do you think people are going to start picking on you?
Yep.
Both.
Both of those will happen. Because there's different sights in this game, so you can get a 4x, an ACOG. And I will help you, or help them shoot at you. Yeah, the circle's coming in. Red zone's right there.
System's nice and quiet.
Yeah. So, I think your stream PC is louder than this.
How dare you? That's it. We're done.
I mean, you can barely even hear that.
You can't even hear the streamer at all.
What's that sound?
The air conditioner?
Oh.
No, the air conditioner's off. That's you breathing.
Yeah,
you need a better cooling system. 57 people are left,
yeah.
So we're almost cut in half in just a couple minutes into the game. That's why I thought the game would last a lot longer than 30 minutes. I mean, wouldn't last as long as 30 minutes.
Well, people stop dropping so quick after about 40.
That's when things get serious?
That's when things get serious. Circle keeps coming in.
Take a quick look at the chat while you're doing that.
Yep.
I build gaming computers on this
I'm getting
system.
shot at.
Oh, looks like you just got hit.
That's my health below my my ammo.
Where's the guy at?
I don't know.
I hate when people shoot at me and I don't know where they're shooting at me from. How am I supposed to shoot back? Maybe they were sniper?
Maybe.
That was a really good shot.
Yeah.
Or they're lucky.
Look at this car right here.
Can you drive the car?
Oh, of course.
Nice. Just like in real life. Starts, no keys needed.
Yeah.
Don't even have to open the door to get in.
There's different type of cars. There's this car. There's the regular pickup truck. There's a motorcycle.
I'm glad that little Bronco's not white.
There's
I guess it's a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Go off-road. Wahoo! Oh yeah! Oh, there's a tractor. Can you drive the tractor?
You cannot drive the tractor.
Ah.
There's also a like a Camaro. No Mustang though.
Ooh, that did not work out well for you at all.
So I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and heal up.
Yeah, he's just bandaging himself up after he cut himself on the heatsink.
And with bandages, you can only heal past a certain point.
Only 51 people alive. We're almost halfway. Raffle Waffles says he likes it.
Oh. I'm glad you are enjoying it.
They said you're getting about 40 frames per second.
Well, you know what? I think I should get fraps. Is that fraps? Does that want to work? Does that want to open? Can you make that bigger?
Yeah.
Okay. What's that say? Oh. Well,
I don't know why people give a rat's behind over your frames per second. The game is either playable or it's not playable.
Yeah.
This looks perfectly fine to me. Is it supposed to be smoother? Does it seem jerky to you?
nope.
So what difference does more frames per second make?
I don't know, bragging rights?
It's just stupid.
I mean, I guess you can get a smoother experience, but how much?
Well, how many eyes? What's your frames per second for your eyeballs?
A lot, but you can't really tell the difference past.
So your digital vision, you got digital vision or analog vision?
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, the screen is all digital, but your eyes are analog. So translating digital frames per second into analog eyes, it's a very twisted thing people do. It's a strange form of logic.
Oh, I'm getting shot at again. I'm down.
It's just rude. 47 people are alive.
So if I want to look this way, I can kind of peek around.
The higher the frame rate, the lower the latency. Well, latency when you're playing online has a lot to do with your cable modem or your internet connection in general. Your ping is going to be huge with regards to performance in a game online.
I really can't see.
And you got to remember, on my internet connection, not only are you playing this game over the internet with 47 other people, we're streaming this wirelessly on the exact same internet connection.
Yep.
You're wired. See, it should be the other way around. You should be wireless and the streamer should be wired. But I didn't realize, in my rush to get going, I did not plug the Ethernet cable into the streamer.
And you gotta remember, this game is poorly optimized, and it's running high settings, high graphical settings.
Yeah, you can always lower your settings if you want faster frame rates, but that doesn't improve your ping time.
I don't know where I got shot from, but I can't heal up anymore, so. Here we go.
Oh, look, somebody killed you.
Yep.
You did.
Better look next time.
Well, at least you made it to number 44.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hungry for pizza. What about you?
It just sounds good.
All right. Well, let's go back to camera 1 and let's say goodbye. Bye.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we should do it a little more elegantly than that. Oh, thank you so much for watching, guys. We're just over 2 hours, which I think after I think we had 8 minutes or so of just live stream is coming soon. So we're not quite at 2 hours broadcast. That's a full upgrade, installed, working, running, sounds very quiet, performance, it's working, no crashing. Check your Windows activation. I didn't see anything. I'm assuming Windows is activated.
Where do I see that? In control panel?
You can go to System.
All right, let me get out of here really quick.
Just type System.
All right. Okay, that didn't come in.
You got to click on it first. Yeah.
Oh.
System information. That should do it, I think. Is it System Info? No, that's not the right one.
Is it in control panel?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was right. Where is control panel at?
Just type
here?
Control Panel. There. Then go to change your view. I hate that view.
What?
Where it says category right there.
Yeah.
Change that to large icons.
That?
Then go to System.
Which is
right down there.
There.
There you go. Say it's activated. Windows is activated. So what was I saying? We got it. Old motherboard out, new motherboard in, boots up, runs nice and quiet, fans are turning, games are playing, Windows is activated. You did a good job.
Well, thank you.
And you only bled just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So if you didn't bleed at all, I would have been disappointed.
Yeah.
Because a real tech bleeds. A real tech has Band-Aids in his toolkit, or her toolkit. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, I'm not on the camera. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it. Of course, thanks to my nephew, Merrick, for demonstrating you can do this too. So for many of you that go, that 50-year-old man, I don't know. Well, this 14-year-old kid just did it. So whichever one of us you relate to works out to the same, right? And if you're on this planet long enough, you'll be in both positions at some point. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks to everybody who's contributed in today's live stream, and to all my moderators for keeping the chat room civil. And I will see you all again very soon. Until then, what do I say? I say bye for now.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.